I had just gotten an award for my short film, and as university was over, out into reality I trembled. With the first blue screen of death, I first disappeared from social media. In the spring, we celebrated our success. 3 years and a first class degree, possibilities endless. Summer, however, was a battle for survival. I lost. And thus began the artist's cliché. In August, days after my birthday, I became homeless. I'll avoid the details, but even with the support, I could feel my own alienation. The grafter, the determined one, the ambitious, the resilient one, titles I'd been marked with, burnt into my skin with an unintentional expectation. I became the runaway and a failure. Eventually, I found a tiny attic room to rent. I liked that room. I cried a lot in that room. Getting my first industry gig in the January of 2025 and curling up on the floor after my first day, collapsing in on myself with imposter syndrome. The rent was extortionate. Living with a builder, an accountant, an astrophysicist, and a guy who I'm pretty certain sold weed wasn't exactly my ideal. But I recall the summer when I'd opened the window and I'd hear nothing but the wind and birds chiming the trees. It was solitary. It was where I began to rebuild. When I first moved to this small town, I went out regularly to coffee shops to sit and draw. I wanted to capture everything. I was terrified and trying to accept my new surroundings. Time passed. Many open mic nights attended, a few industry jobs slowly collected under my belt. Still, I work at a nightclub to cover rent. Most weekends are spent exhausted, covered in spirits. Summer, however, is where my showing up began to pay off. People recognized me for my ever persistent presence, like mugs in your kitchen you forget you had until you decide to look a little further in the back. I made friends with local musicians. Even now, I am shocked at the amount of people who go out of their way to say hello to me. I'd gone from having my entire world collapse in front of me, isolated and helpless, to not being sure if I could ever really picture leaving this place. Now I sit at a desk opposite my kitchen in an attic flat I share with a friend with a script. Talk about development. And I look back at all those titles previously bestowed. They're all still true. Here is where my script ends. So if I riff and fumble, you know why. I'm still the runaway, but I'm also still resilient. My story isn't one of redemption. I'm 22, I'm a mess, I'm trying my best, and I'm not at the end of my book. My story's not over. It's just a chapter that I've lived so far. Not everyone is built for it. But if you want something bad enough, you're never gonna stop chasing it. When you're gonna try and pursue an art career seriously, people try and scare you off about how you're gonna end up living in a cardboard box. And you know what? I've now lived the reality where in which I have. You might spend a year and a half renting a brick square and feel like you have nothing to show for it. We all watch videos on YouTube of people pursuing their dreams and it all working out great, and then they're marketing it to you about how great your life can be and all the different ways that you can earn money, and you have to be so multifaceted to succeed. You have to be willing to diversify your income streams. You have to be all of these different things. And the thing is, these people never actually end up showing you the part where they were falling apart, collapsed on their kitchen floor, screaming to the nails in the floorboards. I feel like my current mental state is starting to relapse, which is why I decided it was time to make this video. just because I've been through a lot of change in the last couple of months again, I want positive things and I don't want this cliche to be hanging over me for the rest of my life. I want the next step. I've even been debating starting my life all over again, which I'm still on the fence about doing. To go and move to Dublin to study a master's, maybe even stand a slightly better chance at getting a more stable 2D animation job. My life is okay. Tin Mouse keep calling me back for freelance because they see that potential that people did those 2 years back. I work hard at a bar. I don't earn much, but what I do earn is my freedom and current stability. I don't really know what next year looks like, given that I was meant to actually make this video a good 6 months ago. I just know that the things that I want to do, I will do. I don't know how long it'll take me, I've got no idea. But I've been working on a short film. In the year that I lived in an attic, I made an art book from the view that I saw throughout the year through the damn window. It's over on Gumroad if you want to check it out. Otherwise, it's free for Patreon members. And right now, I think it's probably time to end this video. Because I'm not following a script anymore, and I can ramble for fucking England, so it's probably time to shut up. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one, because I actually have quite a few videos planned up, and I'm doing this properly this time around. We're not just bullshitting our way through fucking artist vlogs. I have things that I would like to say, and lessons that I'm learning, and I kind of want to actually share all of that. I want you to be able to see the good, the bad, the crippling anxiety, so that anyone who does want to try and pursue their dreams like this, you've got a bit more of a rounded perspective. As I mentioned before, I only ever saw the success videos of people being like, "Here's what I got up to today," and I'm not that. Yeah, I hope this is maybe useful as a reminder that you can take things slowly. And yeah, I hope that you remember to water both yourself and your plants, and that you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye bye.